G'day. I'm back and I've got a new post, but I got a big announcement, a very exciting announcement, and to tell you a story about it. So my personal experience is, and by the way, my name's Skipper Bodie Stanley. My wife Cherry had obstetric violence and other crimes committed against her at the Toowoomba Hospital, and also my midwives. And we did seek some justice, and we did make a decision earlier that we're not going to spend our life and wasted life, because you can't get time back, you know, chasing butterflies, so to say, you know, going through a 10 or 20 or 30 year drawn out procedure to get the same result as if you lived your life normally. So basically, I did let the people know. They did ask if they could do a mental health assessment on Cherry, and also a full physical check to check injuries, and a full psychiatrical check to check her mental injuries. And yeah, I did tell both insurers to get their stuff, pack it up, rack off, email them that all deals are off. The indemnity is still there. It's actually bigger and better than ever before. The indemnity is backed by the insurer themselves. So people that know a little about indemnities and stuff like that is, yeah, if you eliminate money from everything, you actually have nothing in life to worry about. So October the 26th, 2023, very special day for me and my wife Cherry. But October the 26th, 2024, even more special. It's a 1 year anniversary, and my goal is to prevent obstetric violence and other crimes happening against pregnant women, like happened to my wife Cherry. And I guess I've always got to keep reminding myself that's my goal, what I have to do to get it done. And I've had obviously no, the word I'm looking for is, to be politically correct, justice in the law and justice systems, the policing systems and the health systems, and all the leaders and CEOs and insurers and all that sort of stuff. Because for me, it's not about money. For Cherry, it's not about money. It's about justice for our boy Skipper Jr. So I did make a promise. I talked at my boy's funeral, and I said, hey, I'm going to mention obstetric violence and the other crimes. It's worth a shout out, but no, wasn't the right time, wasn't appropriate. But man of my word, I did have to do what I said I did. So hence I'm here doing it. I wouldn't be here if the circumstances didn't happen. So big announcement. There is a new news station coming to town. There's a new kid on the block, because I did make a promise to the people I spoke to that if you don't want to deal with your crimes and the obligations that come as a result of those crimes, the best thing to do would be to promote public awareness about it through media and social media, TV, that sort of stuff. Now, big shout out to Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, SBS, ABC, all the other stations. G'day guys, it's me again, Skipper. How are yous? Hope you're having a good night. But yeah, unfortunately, you guys are, look, it's not your fault. You had foreign interference. You're only allowed to play what you're allowed to play. And that's how it is right now, under the leadership we got. But that's okay. We have 93 opportunities in 93 electorates, because it's okay to change your mind. You can change your mind anytime between now and election day. My personal story, most of my friends and family, and most of the people that follow me are previous Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens supporters. I know it's a long story, but basically weren't satisfied with the same result year in, year out, day in, day out, same lies, the same excuses. So that led myself personally to look for leaders that have the same morals and values and ethics, which is why I'm so excited about the Queensland state elections 2024, because I've come across a whole bunch of good new leaders that are going to lead Queensland in the right direction. They're going to make it a better place to live in. They're going to make the future better for our next generation. And it's up to all of the Queenslanders, because the only people that matter is the voters. So it's up to all Queensland voters in all 93 electorates to not only think of themselves, but to think of their family, their children, their mother, their grandmother, their dad, their granddad, and the next generation. Because if we don't all get together as Queenslanders and talk about it, at least talk about it, okay? And talking about it is cool. It's free. It's okay. It's actually free to think too. So if we talk about it, then people can have the information to make an educated choice. And whoever you vote for as your party of choice, full respect to you for that's your party of choice. And it's good to talk about it because it's good to hear both sides of the story. If anybody out there is actually passionate still about Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens, except the leaders that are in the representative positions, personal message me, reach out to me, say g'day, call me. My number is 0418 735 246. Say hello. You know, I'll invite you over with me and my wife, a cup of tea, coffee and some scones. Tell us your views. I'm open to it. I love all Queenslanders. And a big shout out, my wife Cherry, my family, my friends, all the people of Queensland, the First Nations people. Love yous all, every man, woman and child. So it is a big announcement. It's a huge announcement because there's a new kid on the block. There's new media in town. Okay, it's called SBS Official. You heard it. First up, SBS Official. So look out for it on your social media feeds, all stations. Look out for it on your places other than the mainstream media. So you've got 7, 9, 10 ABC, I guess. And then you've got like Labor, Liberal, Nationals, Greens. Like, you know, it's a little family going on there. But hey, there's a new kid on the block. So enjoy, guys. And it's all going to be fun. So a big shout out to all the people, all 93 electorates, the people that actually matter. Hello. If you do get to listen to this video, thank you for listening. And whatever your choice of vote is, I'm very sincere. Thank you. And full respect to whoever your vote of choice is, because, yeah, it's up to you guys. I'm just telling you my opinion. So all 93 electorates have a very unique opportunity on October the 26th. 2024, we could have new leaders. And for me personally, this could actually stop obstetric violence and other crimes happening against pregnant women and children, like happened to my boy and my wife. So it is special for me because I've been through the law and justice system. I've been through the police system. You know, we've talked about Albo knowing about it. And g'day, Albo, me, Skipper again. Look, I do totally understand the circumstances why the current leaders of Queensland, you know, haven't been able to do anything about it. And even Albo, you know, with his hands tied, can't do nothing about it. But hey, I did make a commitment that I was going to, you know, promote awareness and try and prevent obstetric violence. And if I didn't do what I'm doing, I couldn't live with myself because what happens to the next cherry that comes through the door just because I didn't, you know, try a bit harder, do a bit better. So the first SBS Official news post is coming up. Have a good sense of humor about it because this is the first one. And this news presenter is getting paid zero. Nata. Very briefly, if you can see this thing here, there's a couple of old books I'm going through. Just a little bit of research and study, but this particular one here, I don't know if you can actually read it. Oh, this is an old one. It's actually worth quite a lot of money, this one. So on this particular day, the reason why this newspaper is worth a lot of money is because there was no newspaper printed on the day of the announcement of, I guess, the war ending. The war that was funded by the same party on both sides. But anyway, got some good medical stuff in this particular one. So, and I got some really exciting stuff for all the doctors out there, for all the good, decent doctors. Like, I don't know if you can read that headline, but if you read it, I'll just zoom in on that. Like, doing a bit of research on a few different topics, and there's one for you there. It says, cancer found to be caused by virus. Okay. Whoa, keep missing it. There you go. Boom. And yeah, had a look at the paperwork, all of the stuff that they they filed and painted it and that, and it's all pretty legit. Like it's after that got done, that research led to a guy called Otto Warburg, German fella, got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize 9 times, I think, and won it a couple of times for his work in cancer research, because he discovered that cancer was a virus, it's not a disease, and he helped cure tens of thousands of people. What a hero, what a good guy. But hey, medical history, whether you research the medical history or you're looking at the paper and looking from articles back that day, and look, some of these papers aren't easy to get and they're very expensive. So I do care about my research. That's why I go for the good stuff. And here we go. The first official SBS official news reading, okay, by the professional presenter, Skipper Bodie Stanley. Here we go. So today's news is, and now I'm reading the news put out by the other stations, and all I can do is assume that it's like professionally tested and correct, and they've crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's and made sure that there's no bad stuff going on. Quickly before I do read the news, I got to make an announcement. Not only have I got my own Queensland, Australia, worldwide media station, it's on all media outlets. We also want to shout out to all of the number 2 party in Queensland. So number 1 is Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens. And I give them number 1 because they're the people that are trying for re-election. So they're trying to get re-elected. And there's some issues that are stopping them from getting re-elected in 93 electorates. And that's some new future leaders coming through. So I want to have a big shout out to One Nation, New Country Party. And if I forget anybody, apologies, because I'm about to go to bed very shortly and I don't have the best memory when it comes down to writing all the parties down at once, and sometimes it pops up, oh, I forgot to mention this person. If I forgot to mention any of the independents or any of the other parties that are other than Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens, I'm sorry, not doing it on purpose. And of all the people out of the other parties, and also Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens, full respect to each and one of you. If you ever want to catch up for a cup of tea or coffee anytime, even with me and my wife, let us know. If you want to debate, public debate, friendly debate, shake hands at the end, full respectful of both parties and leave with a smile on your face. Let the public decide. Or if you're too far away and want a phone chat, reach out to me. Technology is good these days. So yeah, do it from the privacy of your own lounge room. But anyway, One Nation, New Country Party, Great Australian Party, the Catters parties, they're a family party, and I think they're a family of good people. And look, we're doing some good stuff in the community. So yeah, if they're in your area, I'll definitely be voting for them. Senator Rennick, big shout out to this guy here. I can't believe that these parties let this man go. Like he personally, and Senator Rennick, g'day, it's me, Skipper. How could they let this guy go? He's the guy that you got to fight for to have in your party. But not only that, like what they did to our teachers and our nurses, like we need them back. You got to fight to get these people back. You said you're short on teachers. Just get the good ones back that you fired. Give them a public apology. Pay them what they owe, all the nurses and all the teachers. Let's get on with business, okay? Because, yeah, the second standard, we want the best standard. You know, we're getting a D grade standard for our education and health, and Queenslanders deserve better. So we're not going to stand for a D grade service anymore, or even a C grade. All Queensland men, women and children, especially in education and health, deserve A grade. And that's why I'm here, doing a free media station called SBS Official. Hello, world. Hello to all the other world leaders like Albo. G'day, mate. King Charles has come to Australia. G'day, bro. How are ya? Donald Trump. G'day. Haven't met you, but hello. Good luck. Tucker Carlson, what an awesome guy, come to Australia and supported the people of Queensland better than the current leaders of Queensland. Oh my God. I know it's crazy when you hear it from somebody else's mouth other than a politician, but even the Liberal, Labor, Nationals and Greens, you must admit it's amusing. So all the other parties, anyway, Queensland needs you. They're facing an absolute crisis with a foreign intervention in all of the departments, okay? They need good men, women and children that are not associated in any way, shape or form with any, third parties that could be anything from a declared domestic terrorist in Queensland to, whatever. And also for the debates on my notes, Labor, Liberal, Nationals, Greens, you're all welcome there too. Okay, loving, peaceful debate. Shake hands at the end, tea and coffee, and all the independents and all of the parties I named that are party number 2. You guys are welcome too because, you'd love it. It'd be friendly and people of Queensland can get to know you. A couple of other things I'm going to go through because I'm the newsreader right now. It says here, call for junk food ad ban. Australia has been urged to follow the UK's lead, mate. No disrespect, bro, Charles, but we do not want to be urged to be followed the UK's lead in anything, especially regards to children. So I don't know who posted this news story, but it doesn't have a name to it. All it says is Food for Health Alliance says Australia should follow suit, saying Australian kids aged 5 to 8 see at least 827 unhealthy food ads on TV. Well, that's easy. Don't put them on TV. Who's allowing this crap? Every year, while Australian teens see up to 100 online junk food promotions each week. Easy. No junk food promotions. Problem solved. Are you guys in the media stupid? Or you're just trying to sell a few newspapers? I don't know. It says the Alliance also cited a 2023 survey that showed support for taking action. I'd like to see that survey, names of the people, and if they're associated in any way, shape or form with this crap news story. Absolute rubbish. So 2 options. Option number 1, have more of these rubbish news stories. Vote Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens. Option number 2, vote any other party and no more rubbish news stories because our children won't be getting targeted by media and health people. Crap, rubbish. Coldest September morning in 10 years at Oakey, minus 1.5. Yes, it was cold. That's why I was wearing a beanie because all my friends and family are like, man, why you got the beanie on? I said, I'm promoting Greens. Like, and I'm joking. And hello to all the Greens. You guys know I'm joking. But tell your mates at Labor, Liberal, Nationals to keep up the good fight. All Queenslanders deserve a fair say. October 26, 2024, all Queenslanders will get their say. I'm just pumping all the other parties because that's what I believe in. But hats off to yous and can't give you any grief for having a crack. And I hope you love the news reading too. I got a good one here. It says, Miles declares ALP can win poll. I'll actually show you because it's a good one. Boom. Anyway, it's not a comedy show. This is a real news station. Premier Stephen Miles says Labor can win state elections amid widespread support for its signature cost of living policy. Is that making the cost of living twice as high or 6 times higher? Which policy are you talking about? His optimism comes following a strong response to the 50-cent fair trial, which he has pledged to make permanent. Mr. Miles in April candidly revealed it was very likely he would lose the election and David Crisafulli would become Premier. And then, however, internal polling points to a closer contest in some of the 14 most marginalised seats Labor needs to win. So it's a new internal poll. Special internal. Level 3. A special behind-the-scenes poll we conduct with our friends and family and our pals at Labor, Liberal, Nationals and Greens and Channel 7, 10, 9, 2, SBS, ABC, whatever they are. But doesn't look like a legitimate poll to me. I don't know who wrote this news story, but hello. Whoever your boss is, I would be having a serious chat with whoever wrote this news story, because it doesn't actually... Oh, Hayden Johnson. Sorry, bro, but it's shit. And sorry for swearing, ladies. I apologise. Next up, Mr. Miles in April candidly revealed it was very likely he would lose the election and David Crisafulli would become Premier. Well, they're pals. They're from the same party anyway, Labor, Liberal, Nationals or Greens. And I think it's extremely unlikely David Crisafulli, because I don't think Miles wants to give the reins over to him. And I don't think the the shadow government or the executive government, whoever it is, are ready to hand over those reins. So that's why we need an election and 93 electorates for all the people to stand up. And hello, all the other parties, all the independents. Yes, we need you guys to stand up because Queenslanders are going to love it. They need a change. They're due for a change. And, the old system can't be fixed. It needs new leaders to change it. And then it goes on to say, of course, I think we can win. And I'm fighting every single day to win because the stakes for Queensland are just that high. Mr. Miles said, I am passionate about my vision for the state. I have spent every day as Premier out and about talking to Queenslanders and delivering for them. The government was buoyed by the success of its 50-cent fair trial, prompting both parties to commit to making it permanent. Ooh, is that going to raise the cost of living? Shh, it's election time. We can't be talking about these issues. So, Mr. Miles attacked Mr. Crisafulli's swift endorsement of the state's ALP governance transparent body, transport policy. You guys should be pals. You work together every day. Sort it out. Okay, so what we saw yesterday from David Crisafulli was a rushed through bubble, an attempt to neutralise one of my signature policies, he said. I think Queenslanders know if they're looking for a leader who truly believes in almost free public transport, Queenslanders know that's me. The Premier added his pledge to make TransLink an independent statutory authority, would take the politics out of timetabling and better integrate transport services. Mr. Crisafulli and the LNP continued to position themselves as underdogs heading into the state elections, with Labor winning 11 of the past 12 state elections. There you go. So, looks here to me, out of all the Labor, Liberal, Nationals, Greens, looks like they say, Labor, you take it, you take it, you take it, you take it, 11 out of 12. And basically, is that going to make the cost of living go down or up, 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 up? So, as you can see, we got some very professional news reading skills. Got one here. Number of female CEOs falls. It actually sounds like a racist communist comment to me, and I'll explain why. Why are you looking at the number of female CEOs? Because everybody has the same opportunity. Whether the females feel like they want to do it or the males feel like they want to do it, that's racist. It's like saying black people and white people is like females and males, because when you're a CEO, it actually doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. So the racist person that posted this one, hello, Helen Trinker. Your boss is probably going to have a chat to you and say no more racist comments. You're having a go, having a try, so hats off to you. But yeah, crap story. Absolute rubbish. because being a CEO is not about being a man or a woman. It's about being competent. Okay, so there's many awesome women CEOs, many awesome men CEOs, but there's also many bad men CEOs and many bad women CEOs. So it's not whether you're women or man, it's whether you're competent at the job or not. Got another one here. You're going to love this one. Bird flu link to seabirds. Now, if you get a seagull and put a seagull in a microwave, not only will you get charged with animal cruelty, you're not a very good person at all because it's horrible, but the seagull is going to get radiation poisoning. Now, bird flu is radiation poisoning. So birds don't appreciate 3G, 4G, 5G, don't even like shortwave or long wave, but because they've got very sensitive mechanisms they use for communicating, like receiving and transmitting data, it actually hurts them. It gives them radiation poisoning and they die, and they're blaming it on the bird flu. Okay, so anyone that wants to debate this is one of my personal specialties that I absolutely love. So, not open to anybody that's a foreign corporation or from overseas, just because it's a state election, Queensland residents only. If you want to debate it, not a Queensland resident, tough luck, go debate it with someone else. But yeah, that is the biggest pile of crap, rubbish story I've heard in my life, because anybody that knows about marine biology, to start with, knows that those birds have been poisoned with radiation. Okay? Is another domestic terrorist ad in the paper. It says here, cell promotes quick healing. Monash University researchers have discovered a cell in the blood that when introduced, okay, so they're manipulating it, to a bone, a muscle, or skin injury, has the capacity to rapidly promote healing. Well, that's just the body. It's not the cell. It's been around for since man began, since we were created. Importantly, these cells can be genetically dissimilar to the recipient. So this is gene technology. aka domestic terrorism. Don't know where it's taken place because it says Monash University, but look, some of these people say it's them and they're doing it overseas because the laws don't allow it here. But in Queensland, it's domestic terrorism. Stop it. Cut it out. So opening up the way for donated blood to be used as a possible universal cell-based therapy. Okay, so if it says here possible and then it says universal, okay, who put the word universal in there? So hello, World Health Organization, you guys are declared a domestic terrorist in Queensland. And also hello, World Economic Forum, you guys too. You know the laws in Queensland, know what you've done. You know the people you've harmed, killed and injured and the severe distress you've caused people through all of these products. Yeah, no, because this says universal, and universal is 9 out of 10 match for World Health Organization and World Economic Forum. Queenslanders don't want it. They don't want you harming the men, women and children of Queensland anymore. They don't want you attacking their pregnant women anymore. You can't do business in Queensland anymore. And all the domestic terrorists that are supplying poisons, toxins and chemicals did get the 30-day period. And once that elapses, there is, under the law, seizures and stuff like that. So big shout out to all the domestic terrorists. Hello, this is an official news station. It's SBS Official. So you are officially on the news, a declared domestic terrorist in Queensland under the Public Safety Act 1986. So congratulations, you've made it to TV. Because, Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, ABC. Shame on you, all the radio stations. Shame on you for not publishing it. But I did on SBS Official. And you got the best, most professional newsreader going around. So getting back to this cell thing, It says these cells called regulatory T cells. So, gene therapy is domestic terrorism. The answer is no. If you want to do this kind of terrorism, don't do it in Australia. Don't do it in Queensland, definitely not, nowhere near our state elections. Pack your stuff, get your stuff, pack it up, rack off. Yeah. And leave our women, children alone. Here's one here, another story. I'm going to wrap it up with this one. Now, hello to all of our law and justice systems, okay? You know, we have had numerous conversations regarding, you know, justice and law and, you know, the potential of maybe getting justice and law one day. And, you know, you guys know I'm sincere. You've got everything. But what I'm telling you right now is child trafficking, okay? And hello, Child Protection Unit. Hello, police. Me, Skipper, been through this before, been through child trafficking before. We've talked about how many people you've ever convicted of child trafficking. 0. Okay, maybe you are a child trafficker. Now, I'm just saying it's my opinion, and take it the right way. But yeah, I'm a man, I'm saying it publicly, and you know how I feel because we've talked about it. So a couple of things I want to point out here is keeping safety officers. So what I'm about is keeping families together, okay, at all costs and not ripping families apart. Now, a form of domestic terrorism, and our law and justice system did get heavily infiltrated, okay? These guys had foreign interference. It's not their fault. So the law and justice system had no other choice because they are an employee and their leaders that they look up to got interfered with, and they didn't stand a chance from the people that were doing it to them. There's foreign interference, new policies and procedures got in place. Then the employees enforce these policies and procedures, and the employees is like, oh, it's not our fault, bro. Well, sis, we only got told to do this, and if we don't do this, we get fired. So I do put it back to the leaders. It always comes back to leaders. But yeah, all of the child trafficking acts stop. So if you haven't met me, all of the Queensland leaders, all of the Queensland law and justice system, child trafficking is domestic terrorism. Okay, removing a child from a place for a benefit, which includes money or anything else, is child trafficking. Shifting a child from place A to place B is child trafficking, i.e. getting a pregnant woman to come down to a public or private health setting and invoicing the MBS scheme under Queensland law. That is domestic terrorism, okay? Because in Queensland, we don't have child trafficking laws to stop child traffickers, okay? Now, if anybody wants to debate this, this is my number one priority. Okay, if you want to debate it, loving public debate. Bring all your evidence, bring all your facts, and, you know, shake hands at the end, have a cup of tea or coffee, and yeah, seriously debate it. Let the public decide. But yeah, it is child trafficking. It's going to stop, and that's why we got new leaders coming through in 93 electorates. And, you know, to all the people that were interfered with, like our law and even the lawmaking, the health, the law and justice system, it's not these guys' fault. We'll get rid of the domestic terrorists. We'll get you guys in a place where you can think straight. We'll repeal all of the criminal laws that got put in place that that made these innocent people commit crimes. And, you know, what do? I feel for you. If you're an employee and you got made to commit a crime, and some people didn't even know they're doing it, you know, and some people can't live with themselves. And I've met these people, okay, and it's tough. So I'm passionate about it, and I'm going to finish up with, not going to get too much in that child trafficking story because you're either one of two things. You're either A, trying to keep families together, or B, trying to rip families apart. Now, I'm not joking. These clowns at the Toowoomba Hospital, the senior CEOs and management, like some of these, I think there's over like 50 people on $500,000 a year. And look, shame on you guys for being useless, but to cut a long story short, I got branded they claimed on paper that I was doing domestic violence, coercive control. Little did they know that my wife, Cherry, that I've been married to for 16 years, controls all the finances. Okay, so you can rule out the money thing. Little do they know that Cherry's a very smart, sharp, independent lady, and Cherry is very capable of making her own choices on anything she wants to. Little do they know that I actually love my wife, and I want to protect my wife from domestic terrorism. Okay, because that's my moral and my value. Like, excuse me if I stick to my moral or value, but I'm not going to lower my standards for people that have lower standards, because these are the standards all Queenslanders have. And I will touch on one other thing. It's going to be a very tiptoey, touchy subject. Shh. And it's just my personal opinion. Now, I talk to mothers and fathers. Okay. Now, I'm a full supporter of our next generation going into the Defence Force, and also the law and justice system, full support of it. Now, my friends that have children that are thinking about their careers and they're looking for role models, the parents are telling the children, do not go to the Defence Force, do not go to the police force, do not go to places that have public toilets or public showers, because the parents don't want the children using the same toilets and bathrooms or showers, even like at swimming events, as like pedophiles and cross-dressers and transvestites. Okay, I'm telling you what I've been told. Our parents of Queensland are telling the children, do not join the Defence Force, because they don't want their children hanging around or showering with or being in the same place as gay men that are actively trying to, I'll use the word hit on, or force themselves onto, in some cases. This has happened, it's serious, okay? I've met the people. Onto people of the same sex, and this happens in the females and it happens in the males. So the parents are saying, hey, don't join the Defence Force, because you could get attacked by a sexual predator in there of the same sex, so you're not safe. They're saying that about the police as well, the law and justice, especially the all law and justice at all levels, right up to the highest levels of your magistrates and judges, down to your your little old prosecutor, whoever it is, the lawyers, whatever their job is. But it is serious, because I love Queensland. We have the best place in the world. It's people in the world. How good are Queenslanders? How exciting is the election? Queensland state election 2024. It's also the first official news feed for SBS Audio, and isn't it the best news feed you've ever seen in your whole life? It's all my opinion. Love is all. Love and peace is all. But share this video with friends and family. I'm going to try and do one every day, an official SBS official, and it's going to be news updates. We're going to have all sorts of crazy stuff. Now, I'm serious about a good, fair, decent debate, but I also love just a good old chat, tea, coffee, whatever. So I'm calling on all of the current leaders of Queensland, so the current leaders that are currently under responsibility, have obligations, that got nominated. I'm also calling on all the future leaders, okay? And look, I'm happy for anybody, like Liberal, Labor, Nationals, Greens, but I'm especially passionate about all of the other parties, especially our One Nations and New Country parties, and our Katter parties, and the Great Australian parties, and our independents, like all of the parties. So if you guys want a proper interview, a decent, non-biased, professional interview from somebody that actually has a brain and can use it, not some muppet reading rubbish questions that their handler gave them, okay? A fair thing for all, like Labor, Liberal, National, the Greens, and all the other parties, like 20 questions, you choose 10, and yeah, I'll be full, respectful, ask the question, you give your answer, and yeah, the best policy is to tell the truth every time, no matter what, in every circumstance. You got nothing to worry about. Do the right thing every time, no matter what. You got nothing to worry about. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to worry about anything it did. If you've got good intentions and you're a good person, everything's going to be fine. Now, we have the best election ever. We have the best new and upcoming leaders ever. We have the best choice of new up-and-coming leaders, not just in Queensland, Australia-wide. Now, look, the reason I said that people should take a picture of their vote of choice and post it is because the voting machines in New South Wales last week got a little bit overloaded. And instead of getting the results straight away, like they did for our Supreme Leader Albo, 6 o'clock on the election day, these voting machines had a good old-fashioned workout. They're getting a little tired and it's a little too many votes from the count, and it's going to take 3 to 5 weeks. What a shame. Those poor little electronic old voting machines. So you might have seen my last post. Tag a mate who can fix electronic voting machines. Look, I don't know anybody that's good at the industry. Me, myself, I'm a hands-on labor guy. I ain't no computer dude. Even though I may look like one, I'm no good with them. I'm a dinosaur. But if you want to, do what I'm doing. I'm pre-voting. I'm going to take a picture of it and post it on all of my 1 to 10 parties of choices. There you go. And my Facebook page as well, and all my other social medias. So everybody can see I voted for. And it doesn't take a very sharp, smart individual to get a pen and paper and say, okay, little Johnny here got 1 vote. Little Susie was number 2. Little Terry was number 3. Frank was number 4. Timmy's number 5. Steph's number 6, whatever. And you start adding them up. And it's very, very simple. It's like playing a game of marbles. And it's even easier because they're different coloured marbles. So my last message from SBS Official, I want to make it easy on all of the Queensland voters. Now, Labor, Liberal, Nationals and Greens, they all will tell you they fully support 100% and they promote it and they swear by it, the two-party system. They love it. You know, it's ingrained into their, indoctrinated into their little history. But they love it so much, we have to keep voting simple for the people of Queensland. So to make it super simple, it's a two-party system. Queensland state elections, October the 26th, 2024. Who are you going to vote for? Party number 1, Labor, Liberal, Nationals, Greens. Just my opinion, guys. What's going to happen is what happened last year, year before that, year before that, year before that, 10 years before that, 20 years before that. As far back as history can go, guess what happened? I don't know, it's funny, but disappointment and failure. But what's going to happen in 93 electorates in Queensland in the state elections 2024 is 1 + 1 is 2. That's the two-party preferred system. So party number 2 is all other parties. So you got your One Nations, you've got your all the Katter parties, you got the New Country Party, you got the Great Australian Party, all the independents. Like there is so many good people, and together they could all get together and do a fantastic job. You know what I mean? So my choice of vote is vote number 2. My opinion, better choice, better future for Queensland. No more $10 a litre petrol in 5 years' time or 10 years' time for our kids. They won't be able to afford a car, let alone a full tank of petrol. Got to overhaul this health system. Got to overhaul this education system. There's still kids leaving school today, grade 12, and they can't read and write. Breaks my heart. It's unacceptable. We just need new leaders. All of the frameworks there, all the systems there. Queensland deserves better, and I reckon that everyone should get out and vote. Every vote counts. And think about posting your vote. Think about it. Do it for the people of Queensland. Do it for your kids. Do it for your parents. We have to protect our parents and our parents, our grandparents. We have to protect our children. They're the vulnerable people. People that prey on our parents and our grandparents and our children, they're not good people. They're bad people. We don't want these people as leaders of Queensland. That's why we have to vote all of the other parties in. Amen. Hallelujah. G'day to you all. Love and peace to you all. And big shout out to all of the First Nations people, especially the people that I live on the land, GNYY. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on your land. Thanks for watching the SBS Official, the world's most professional new media station. And long one, but it's a first official, so I had to do a very, very good presentation for everyone.